All right, back again. This time we're going to talk about Aristotle's four causes. It's a very neat idea. In fact, this is going to eventually move into Aristotle's idea, although he didn't talk about this explicitly. But this is also going to make sense of how Aristotle can be used to understand the purpose and function of war, which we are going to understand surprisingly well in light of what's happening now in the Middle East. All right, so there are four different kinds of causes. There's only one of them that we think of as a cause. But for Aristotle, he says one of the things that causes things to exist is the material that they're made out of. So what is the material cause of the desk in front of you? And that is, what's the material it's made out of? If it's made out of wood, then you say wood is the material cause of the desk. But the material is not enough. The next thing we have to ask is, what is the efficient cause? And that's this one here. So we have the material cause, then we have the efficient cause. The efficient cause has to do with who actually went along putting it together. What created that desk? So you'd say that's a carpenter. Somebody nailed the pieces together, glued it together, or maybe your desk is made of metal, in which case it would deal with the foundries and all the components and energies that went into shaping these bits of material into the thing that is a desk. But you can't possibly have a desk, even if you have the wood, and even if you have somebody who can make a desk, unless you know what the heck it is that you're trying to make to begin with. And that is, you need a desk. And so that desk, that shape of a desk in front of you, is called the formal cause. And the formal cause means you have to have something that's going to have this shape, so large, so big, with what dimensions and so forth. And that's the formal cause of the desk, what it actually looks like, which it is that the efficient causer, the person who makes it, has to have in their mind. But before you can have a formal cause, you have to ask the really big question, a question that you've probably all asked about this very class, is what the hell is this all about? In other words, what's it for? What's the function of the darn desk? And that's called the final cause. So what's the final cause of the desk? Well, the final cause of the desk is to hold all that crap that's in front of you, your computer, your papers, your pencil, whatever the heck it is. So the final cause is the purpose or the function of the cause. And that brings us back to all these other aspects of Aristotle. It's the form and matter. It's the actualization. It's how the desk actualizes its unique desk-like property. It's the idea that it has some sort of abstract value. So again, we're looking at it in terms of abstract reasoning. So what are the four causes? Material, what it's made out of. Formal, what the heck it looks like. Efficient, who put it together. And most important of all, from Aristotle, is the final cause. And the final cause is, what is it for? So there's your four causes. Now think about this with regard to your paper. What is the actual final cause for me to have you write that paper? I mean, what's the material cause? You got to look at the silly computer. What's the efficient cause? Well, I have to put all this junk up on the internet. I'm not doing too good a job of it yet. I'm learning. What's the formal? We got it. Material, what it is. The efficient, me, the guy that's doing it. The question is, what's the final cause? Why in the world are you writing these papers? Why are you taking a class in philosophy? And Aristotle is going to tell you the actual answer is the final cause of everything. It's happiness. Even though you don't have any pleasure in this class, because pleasure is not a final cause. So let's look at a distinction. There's something called an instrumental good, something which is good for something else, such as this class. I don't think you're having joy as you sit here and watch this. And then there's an intrinsic good, and that's what something's good for. Money has only instrumental good. Money has no intrinsic good. So when you look at the four causes, you also have to look at that relationship between instrumental and intrinsic. The shape of the desk is only instrumentally good. The final cause of the desk, what it's for, is what it's ultimately good for. So intrinsic good is something that's good in itself. Instrumental good is something that's good for something else. The material cause of the desk means it's only material that's good insofar as it helps serve that final cause to help you learn some stuff about philosophy. The efficient cause is only good insofar as it helps serve that final cause, which is that I'm helping some way or another help you think about the world in a way that will make you happy. The formal cause, what this class looks like, all the components, how it puts together, are only valuable insofar as those formal components fit into the final cause, which is ultimately so you can learn philosophy. And the formal cause of everything that you do, not the formal, I'm sorry, the final cause of everything that you do, the ultimate and exclusive intrinsic good of everything is happiness, what Aristotle calls eudaimonia. So now you know the answer to the question. What's the purpose of life? To be happy. At least that's the purpose of human life. And pleasure is a necessary condition for happiness, but if you just spend your life having pleasure, you will never be happy. just like material cause is a necessary condition for the final cause, but just having wood doesn't make you happy or even create a desk. So that's the end of final cause, formal cause, efficient cause, material cause, instrumental good, and intrinsic good, and next moment we will have warfare.